Fine. Good morning, students. So here we are starting our acid and bases part 5. As see here. What are acids and what are bases? We just went through about that, how we already learned in the past classes, and even now also we just gone through for the few topics which we are going to be now. So in the last class what we discussed, I just gave you a homework from about, or else we can consider as from the ions or from the chemicals, how those are going to be formed like as a positive or a negative ionical formation. So these two we already learned in the past class. So I just want to repeat you once again because that is one of the most important topic which you guys must and should know about that very perfectly. So here I just see only a few people who already done their work has been posted to me, and many of them were, I don't know whether they were done their work or not. Okay, so for that reason what I am doing, I am just recollecting the information regarding what is happened in the last class about the chemicals using their ions. Okay, let's take a simple example. Can anyone tell me how H2O can be formed? Why we need to take in the presence of H, we are taking 2 times of a hydrogen. We have hydrogen is one chemical, oxygen is one chemical. Okay, we are adding 2 times of hydrogen to the 1 time of oxygen. 2 times of hydrogen to the 1 time of oxygen. Why we are adding like that? When we take simple example called HCl, here 1 time of hydrogen and 1 time of chlorine. Why we taken 1 time of hydrogen and 1 time of chlorine? What is the reason behind to take these 1 time of hydrogen and 1 time of chlorine, that is HCl, and here that is H2O. H2O in the sense of 2 types of hydrogen we taken and 1 time of oxygen we have taken. If I take one more example, CO2, these all are already seen. Here 1 time of carbon and 2 times of oxygen we have taken. Am I right? Let me introduce you one more question here. H2O, hydrogen we have taken 2 times, oxygen we have taken 1 time. When HCl is there, hydrogen we have taken 1 time and chlorine we have taken 1 time. Same as this, when we take carbon dioxide, carbon taken once and even oxygen taken for twice. Why? What is the reason behind that? Can I see any options coming over here? Okay, hydrogen 2 and oxygen 1. Fine. Why we are taken like this? What is the importance and what is the reason behind of taking these values to be as these particular point, like hydrogen 2 and HCl and CO2? It's nothing, guys. It's very simple to understand. Every chemical has their atomic number and atomic masses are available for them. Depending upon their atomic number, we are going to demonstrate their valences. So the valences are being demonstrated depending upon their numbers. So how a number is there, depending upon that number and according to the spaces are available in that atomic number, we were collecting as their masses and about we are finding their valences too. So as we already learned in the 9th class about these parameters, the simple point is here we just learned about how many terms of electrons are present, how many terms of protons are present, how many terms of neutrons are present. Protons are positively charged, as electrons are negatively charged, or neutrons have a 0 charge, where a proton and neutron are mixed together form a nucleus. As electrons are revolved around that one, we just learnt using Rutherford Bose model and all the models, we've just used, and using those models we just come to know existency, like how these bonding structures are going to be formed. So as simple as that, taking those bonding structures as most important and most priority of these chemical equations, we were coming to know about why these are going to be formed like that. Simple. As we already know, hydrogen atomic number is 1 and its valency is also 1. Hydrogen atomic number is 1 and its valency is also 1. When you take oxygen, the oxygen valency is 2. When you take oxygen, its valency is coming as 2. When you take hydrogen, its valency is coming as 1. 1 is the hydrogen valency and oxygen valency is 2. These are these valencies of the element. As we see, we can take hydrogen as a plus value and oxygen as a negative value. As we discussed in the classes, simple and easy structure is whenever anyone needs some help from our end, we need to provide help, right? Here the chemicals share their helps between themselves, in the sense of they will be sharing their electrons by themselves. What is a sharing of electrons by themselves? The first thing is here, see, as hydrogen has a value of 1, as oxygen is lagging with 2 electrons, oxygen is lagging with 2 electrons, hydrogen has 1 additional electron is added. But here oxygen needed how many? 2 electrons. So for that reason, what I am doing, I am taking 2 times of hydrogen. That's what I am doing. 2 times. When I take 2 times of hydrogen, what is the value? It comes here, it is plus 2. When I take oxygen, it is minus 2, right? So it will be getting balanced. As oxygen have only 2 less parameters are there and hydrogen have 2 plus parameters are there. So both are going to be formed very easily. Let's come to know about what is this here. Carbon. Carbon atomic number is 6 here. We already know about that. Carbon atomic number is 6. Okay. And oxygen atomic number is 8. Then when we come to the point of valency of carbon is 4. Valency of carbon is 4. When you come to the valency of oxygen is already we know that is 2. Then what is 4? It is plus 4. Then what is oxygen is minus 2. So to become oxygen to be 4, what we need to do? We need to add more minus 2. It is nothing but 2 times of oxygen. 2 times of oxygen. When we add 2 times of oxygen to this, it will be coming or it will be forming like as a minus 4. In the sense, a plus 4 carbon can react with a minus 4 element. Due to that reason, we are calling it is CO2, simply nothing but as carbon dioxide. Simply nothing but H2O, we calling it as a water. That is the structures that are forming depending upon their nature. We can also create the structures by using the chemicals which I gave you table on the last class. I already showed you which is plus and which is minus. You can implement that structure and you can able to prepare this kind of a molecule. So that see, HCl, hydrogen is 1 plus 1 and chlorine is minus 1. So simple, it is directly written as HCl. It's nothing to be questioned over there, nothing to be taken into consideration. How it can be formed? Yes, can be formed because of hydrogen have valency of 1 and chlorine has a valency of minus 1. So the plus 1 and minus 1 gonna form as the simple as that one. Okay, right. See here, nothing to be new questionary here. As we taken H2O, H2O has formed as a water. It formed as a water. As CO2, it formed as a gas. As if we take HCl, it formed like as a acid. Do you got it right? So simple. When you take water, H2O, in the sense of here, we didn't add anything, nothing. We have taken 2 chemicals and according to their valencies, we have just added them. According to their valencies. What the valencies are there? According to their valencies, if we add, it is coming to be forming like as a water. When these chemicals are going to be formed, that form as a gas, and these chemicals are going to be formed, it form as a acid. then does it really, let's take a point here, HCl. When HCl is really an acid, how can we consider it perfectly? Whether it is acid or not, we can use a litmus paper to find out how an acid is going to be formed according to their structure and according to their formation. Okay, as HCl is an acid, when we take according to these values, when we consider according to the acids, when we consider according to the bases, we just need to change a little bit in this. It's nothing. When an acid is added to some water, on the day Siddharth asked me, sir, what happens when we added a acid to the water? It's nothing but it shows the perfection in the acid. How much acid is there? Let's take an example. I'm taking an hydrogen with some water here, molecules are there, H2O, they will form as H3O. Simply I told you where H plus is simply called as an acid. Well, if you take water molecule as H2O, we have H2O molecule is available to us. H2O in the sense of we have H plus OH minus. H plus and OH minus. H plus is nothing but an acid base. To the acid towards the base. So, here, now we just going to know about one of the outstanding parameter here, how these acids are going to help for us in our day-to-day life. As we see in our day-to-day life, we are merged with the acids. Will you agree this or not? I don't know, but I need to agree this. See, unexpectedly power has gone. There is no power in my home. What I need to do? I need to switch off a battery. How a battery works? Using an acid. In terms of using the acid materials called zinc or a chlorine or any other materials coming into the existences and made you to be understand that acids to be forming these. Simple case. I think you already done with an example of potato test which you already used that one. So it is also used as a conductor when we want to glow a bulb. And you already guys know about lactic acid. It's nothing but we use a lemon. In the lemon, when we just used to switch a bulb, an LED bulb, if you directly hit a LED bulb inside that one, automatically it gets switched off. And let me discuss you one more important point here is onions. I think you guys are aware of these onion, right? What is meant by an onion? I know, sir. Every day we will be having that, so you don't want to specially explain of that, of course. But here, in the science of onions have most important priority here. What do onions do? Simple. In a chemical equations like atomic energies, whenever they are going to test with the atoms, they will try to expose by using onions. In the sense of onions will stop the radiations which are forming us as more as that can be possible. Okay, they won't accept any procedures here, they won't accept any particular methodologies here, they won't be moved forward. Or else we do one experiment as just we were just discussing on this. We do one thing here. Let's take some onions, just chop the onions and just keep the onions in a cover. Okay, and just try to drop some cloths in the cover itself. And keep aside. If you want to keep it in refrigerator, you can use it, or else if you want to keep aside, you can use it. Whatever you want it, you just do it. I'm just repeating once again. Just chop the onions and pieces of the onions or take it into the cover, drop the onions into the cover and add some cloths into the cover. Then you just keep that for a day or for a 2 days or for a week. Keep aside. Don't touch it. Don't open the cover also. Don't open the cover. Don't touch it. Keep aside. After few days, just remove the cover and please, when you are removing, try to use a mask or else the gas which is coming out of that is one of the dangerous one, which makes your nose to destroy a lot. The nostril cells will going to break out of it. You cannot able to breathe properly for a few seconds. In the sense of the level of oxygen was reduced by these molecules. as it contains a gaseous substance called an acidical value, where you already known about the pop sort which we already conducted, that is experimentally, and this is practical. Nothing. So every natures that which we are using has their structure to understand about what are the acids or what are the bases are going to be formed according to your nature and according to your structure and according to your prosperity equilibrium positions only. The most important that comes. Then how can we find an acid? How can we find a base? In the first, if you have any doubt, just go back to the part 2. There you will be knowing about acids are given by using a scale structure. That is nothing but we call it is pH. pH is nothing but proteins of hydrogen. How many hydrogens are present in that one? Whether it is mixed with an oxygen or if it is an hydrogen or if it is only having only hydrogen values. As that itself, if only hydrogen values are there, then it is an acidical value. When it is mixed with an oxygen hydrogen, then it is a basical value as already we just discussed. So the proteins of hydrogen, the strength and the quality of the hydrogens are to be taken into these considerations. According to this process itself, we just going to be form these acidification values here. So what an acid can do here? Let me recollect the information which we already learned in the class, in the past class, which we already gone through the past class. The first thing is here, like acids are divided by the scale called 0 to 14. From 0 to 14, the scale was derived here. So from 0 to 6, shall I write? Yeah, I'll be ready here. From 0 to 6, it will call as a acid, and 7 is the neutral. When you take 8 to 14 is the base solution. So 0 to 6 is an acid, 7 is a neutral, and 8 to 14 is a base. So how we will be finding and what are the chemicals that which we have there and how that we can able to do that in this structure, you guys can able to know these values. I think already the teachers has been posted you a soft copy of the textbooks which you already have, I hope. So if you not just ping the group again, the teachers will be sending or else I will be sending you that one. Just open the topic, open the textbook and go through the 3rd chapter. When you complete your activity number 8, you can see the activity number 9, pH scale. After completion of your pH scale, you can see a scale where what is 0 and what is 1, what is 2, what is 3, what is 4, all the given in that particular instant of time. All are given with that nature and all are given with that particular instant of time. There is no prosperity or there is no equilibrium solution have going to be formed according to these equations here. So just open the textbook and go through with the acidification formation and just go through with the how an equation is going to be formed according to their structures here. Now coming back to the pH of hydrogen. pH of hydrogen, we just taken a point here, proteins of hydrogen. What a proteins of hydrogen is there, right? So how this pH is in the digestive system, you guys already known about that one. And how a pH is in the rainwater and how a pH is in the soil and how pH is there in our tooth decay. This is the sense of role play by the pH in our bodies or nature or anything. Let's take one by one example here. The first one is pH, which taking a role in our digestive system. As we already discussed about this, the acidification formation of this digestive system is 5.5, which is nothing but 5.5 comes under to the scale of acid body. It is nothing but hydrochloric acid which releases from our stomach when our stomach is empty, or if you take any heavy spicy food, you cannot bear it out. Okay, so the sense of your stomach feels like it is very heavy and you cannot eat anything, and some kind of different kind of things to be happen, and the throat pain is gonna come, chest pain is gonna come. Due to that reason, nothing but the gas is formed in our body. It is nothing but a gas called hydrochloric acid. To reduce that, we need to use an anti-reagents liquids for that or anti-reagent tablets to that, it will be reduce your stomach acidification, and you have reducing of the stomach aches or any other problems will be reduced by this prosperity here. Okay, that is one. And the next one is in the rainwater. What is rainwater? As you guys, as the total environment was polluted and unseasonal rainfall is going to come here. It's not a seasonal rainfall, it's unseasonal rainfalls are going to come here. When such rainfalls are going to be formed, at that point there is a formation of acids are there. In the sense of the acidification bodies are to be reduced in some systematical orders. They cannot able to reduce the bodies in that way. They cannot able to move forward with that body. So here the acidification bodies, when that's going to form directly falling on the rain, if a person was wet with that acid bodies, then there is a lot of drastic changes occurs in his body and maybe sometimes comes to the death also. The acidification rainwater is called 5.4. Due to these unseasonal rainfalls, unexpected deaths going to happen, and plants or trees or animals which are going to be die as soon as possible depending upon these rainwater spans. That is the pH of role in the rainwater. Now, what is the pH of role in the tooth decay? As you've seen, few people, few guys have the teeth are not in a white color, they turns into yellowish colors because of they have a problem of tooth decay, in the sense of while they are taking the water or they are using the juices of anything, acid molecules are more in their values. So the groundwater, due to that acidified, when you take such water, automatically your teeth, the sharpness will go out, then your teeth will be formed in such a way. As if you just search near Google about the Nalgonda effect. The Nalgonda faces the same kind of a problem since past 15 years back. They face such kind of a problem about these effects where the people do not have a proper water to drink in their way, that is totally chemically complicated. So when they have taken that water, a number of diseases have been formed and the tooths are going to be destroyed over there, and that shows that the tooths are in a yellow color. That shows that the acidification was more in their body, so they cannot able to take that to their point, and they can able to have a nature in their eyes which are going to be most problematical for them in the upcoming days. Next, tooth decay in the soils here. pH in the soil. As you guys are very much known about the soils, the soils are most important for the agriculture. As nowadays, it is most important. That is the heart for each and every plant or for each and everyone. If the soil is not at all good, the crop feeder, in the sense of the agriculture, will to grow any cloth or any crops over there. As if you use n number of chemicals to the soil loses their nature and they forms like as an acidified soil. So whenever you just try to plant it with a plant, it will not be grow up over there. It cannot be possible because of the soil has the destruction of their strength over there. To make it a destruction, we are using a different kind of non-chemical and chemical methodologies again and again and again. That will not give a proper result for over there. That will be a drastic problem for most of the people who are taking such kind of a planting system of vegetables or maybe any other materials that help their bodies to be destroyed a lot, and they cannot able to take their bodies to be as most considerations here. Fine. These four are very much important for the classes here, and the pH of the hydrogens and pH of the digestive system, pH of the soil, and pH of the tooth decay, and pH what we forgot? Digestive system, tooth decay, and soil, right? And one more point is tooth decay, digestive system. We are something forgetting over there. Rainwater harvesting, yes, yeah. So rainwater we are just forgetting. So rainwater, the four important points are here. These four are very much important that you need to be understand very perfectly, which helps you to know about what are the problems that you are facing in these parameters here. And let me come up with one more example. So you guys are already using now the sanitizers in the houses. Those sanitizers are made up of an alcoholic sanitizers. Why an alcoholic sanitizer? Not only you. After completing, a doctor is there. A doctor need to do some operation. What he need to do? he will be just using these kind of sanitizers to clean the body, because the particular small fungi particles will not enter into the body, so that will not harm to anyone. So they try to use this, and they will try to just clean out all the particular object, which is as simple as that can be possible. They were not going to touch anything. They are going to use by using the glasses and any other parameters, and they were going to use to the operation theatre. The same way, now what we are using the alcohol sanitizers. Those sanitizers will make our hands to be very clean and very easy, so that we can able to rub our hands in systematical order. Then it will be made us to be very fine and easier. That going to be formed. So guys, this is for this class. So I think you do not have any doubts over here. If any doubts, please ping me here. I can able to see you guys. So I can able to understand what are the questions that you are facing, and you can able to understand. Yes, alcohol cleans bacteria, it was right, absolutely. Ashwini, it is not best to use more paste to our brushes. As simple as that. Now see, we have the length of the brush is this much, and we will be keeping the paste totally for that one. See, this is the chemical that which we are using basically. Those paste which we are using has make your teeth to get very clean. Okay, so you need to use a small inch part. If you use most, or probably the teeth will lose their structure, and even the teeth gonna destroy at the point here. Simply now also we are facing same problem. Now one day if you are not gonna clean your teeth with the paste, you feel like you are not brushed yours, right? So as simple as that one, because we are just adapted to that chemical. It was common actually. Yes, it won't allow fungi to grow. Yes. I know guys, you are very good in biology. I was very much poor. According to my physics, I am just explaining. Okay, yeah, please just take a point here. Yeah, pH have an advantages, right? Because by that only we can able to know, using the pH scale only we can able to know how much the strength of the acid is, a strong acid or a weak acid, or it is a strong base or a weak base, or it is a neutral. By using these only we can able to find whether these are going to be formed or not. That's what. How much alcohol does sanitizer contains? It is just 0.2%, not more than that. It depends upon the contaminating, or it depends upon the containing water, but even the 0.2% is normal, Sunny. It was there. Toothpaste takes 2 minutes to its work, sir. I didn't get you what is 2 minutes, but toothpaste is uses. But if you use most of, the quantity is more for the tooth, then that your teeth are going to destroy. They are not able to stay back for a long time. So that you need to be considered. That's it. Any more doubts? Fine guys, so thank you for this session, and we're going to start part 6, that is most important one, SARS. We are going to discuss about 4 important SARS in the next class. So try to be on time and make the session to be very important. Thank you so much guys.